They are getting very excited at Epic Universe and Universal Studios. And why? Because of what's coming to the silver screen. From Marvin Montanaro on thatparkplace.com. Folks, if you're not yet bookmarked, well, you should be. The Super Mario Galaxy movie is now tracking for more than $145 million. A debut as box office eyes massive opening. This number's going to get better in just a second. Let's read into it and I'll explain why. And then we'll explain why this is such a big deal for everything Epic Universe. Early box office tracking indicates that the Super Mario Galaxy movie could be headed for one of the biggest box office openings of 2026, maybe the biggest. According to industry projections cited by Box Office Pro, the upcoming animated sequel is currently tracking for a $145 million to $160 million opening weekend at the North American, US and Canada only box office, with estimates rising to 160 to 175 over the 5-day launch window. If those numbers hold, the sequel could rival and potentially surpass the opening weekend performance of its predecessor, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which debuted at 146.4 domestically when it arrived in theaters in 2023. The film is scheduled to hit theaters on April Fool's Day, but this will be no foolish day for Nintendo nor for Universal, positioning it as one of the most anticipated theatrical releases of the year. Boys and girls, that number looks real good, doesn't it? That number looks like hoppers should be embarrassed, and it should be, and they are. They just don't want to admit it. But I'll tell you another number that's really important as well, and that's the global. We don't have the global projections yet, but I dare bet you that it's at least going to match the domestic, because Mario is popular like almost no other property internationally.
Are you telling me that the 175 million is just the domestic?
Yes. Just the domestic.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
They should just stream Hoppers, put it on Disney Plus already.
Oh my
Save yourselves the embarrassment.
Now, mind you, this is a long release. This is technically a 5-day release because it's got a long weekend. So if you're just looking at the weekend range, it's going to be a minimum of 145 to 160. So on the 5-day range, you're looking at 160 to 175.
I think it's silly to do a weekend, the holiday thing here, because they're calling April Fool's a holiday weekend.
A holiday.
Like, we're not. I'm sorry. That doesn't have any impact on the movies whatsoever. Okay, so here's the deal. So you got this happening. We're looking at potentially a $300 million plus 3-day globally.
Yeah.
That's bonkers. We're looking at a movie here that could make $1.5 billion easy and keep going, depending on the quality, okay? We here on this channel, I don't know if everybody on the panel knows it, I know who the secret character is that's going to show up. And they have done a great job of not spoiling that yet. So kudos to them. That's going to make the box office go even higher, I bet. And it's time to capitalize. It's time to capitalize. Everybody who's a partner of Nintendo wants in on this, including Epic Universe. Limited time Yoshi meet and greet coming to Universal's Epic Universe, because everybody wants to go to Mario World now with this movie coming out. And boys and girls, I'm here to tell you, Epic Universe, as of right now, is just about sold out. Not for the day that Mario comes out. Not for the weekend that Mario comes out. Not for the Yoshi meet and greets. For spring. Like, that's where we are right now. Epic Universe is essentially at capacity for an entire season. Now, we can try to pull that up later. Ron, do you want to get that for me and maybe share your screen? See if you can pull up the Epic Universe tickets page, if you wouldn't mind. MJ, this is huge, and it really puts in comparison, like, there is no parks presence for Hoppers.
Not at all.
And Hoppers has 3 weeks, and then it's gone because Mario's going to wipe it out. This is what excitement and enthusiasm looks like. This is what a super popular brand is. Probably heading for $1.5 billion at the box office, MJ. Yeah. Your thoughts on how excited people are to go to this movie.
Excited. We're excited. And remember, I have a very big family, boys and girls. This movie speaks to everyone, all ages, boys and girls, adults, grandparents, everybody. Mario's been with us for a very long time. I grew up playing Mario, and on Nintendo was just part of my childhood. But this movie, these characters are globally praised. Everyone's looking forward to the film and the merch. watch the sales for the merchandise. There were 0 Hoppers merchandise when we were at the Disney World Resort. The only thing they did was talk about it, maybe a poster. That just goes to show you that they probably have very little faith in their own product, with all the other failures they had with the other Pixar films. But we're excited for Mario. I know a lot of people in our community are excited for Mario. And I feel like I said, it's for all ages and everyone's going to really enjoy it. And this is where I hope they put it in IMAX, because this is not a movie that you can go all out. You will plan it as a family, go have your popcorn or do the dinner service where they bring your meal to the dining. I forget what that's called at the theater, but you can dine and eat at some theaters. I think people are going to make this an event. Like, hey, this Saturday, we're going to do this and make a reservation, get your tickets ahead of time. It's a big deal. And I hope
folks, if you know what language this is, let me know. I'm pulling this up for a reason, because internationally, this is going to rock. These are TV spots internationally that are playing now. What they're doing, the fact that there's nothing offensive, parents don't have to worry. There's not a single parent on the planet worried, oh, what's Mario going to say that's going to teach my kid about, what happens behind closed doors? No, this is just fun. It's just happy and fun. And the idea of having Bowser be shrunk down for a portion of the film, speaking, with the helium sound, Alvin and the Chipmunk sound for Jack Black. Please give us Peaches. I want a new Peaches version. But this part that in the trailer where he runs from Mario and bites Mario and Yoshi eats him. And, this is it's just so genius. I mean, like this, the animation is just so good.
Yeah.
And it's going to make so much money because it's doing what we used to do, which is make families laugh.
Have fun.
Have a good time.
Yeah.
Nothing dangerous, nothing risky.
Exactly.
Culture. This is what people want. And this is why Disney as an entire company has to worry about the downfall of Pixar, because this is going to drive Epic Universe, as we said, to sold out capacity for 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. And this is funny because this story just puts a smile on my face for the whole time. Because first of all, I'm recalling the previous film, and I'm also thinking about just how embarrassing this is going to be for Pixar, because they tried to build up Hopper's global audience of 88 million as something. This thing domestically will kick the shreds out of it. And then it'll go on to have incredibly long legs internationally. The Japanese don't even get it until like the 26th of April or 24th of April or something. I mean, all the markets it's going to open in are going to be the same markets where Hopper's opened up. And I'm going to look at those and just look. I feel pity for Pete Docter, because I feel like he's not really gotten a fair shake. He still has a lot of embedded crazy people at Pixar that he has to work with. But at the same time, Illumination wasn't without its crazies, and yet the last film was brilliant. This one looks great, and we're going to get all kinds of stuff we didn't expect in this film. And it's just a reflection on my growth and my years through playing games. A Galaxy movie makes sense. If you started with, let's say, a Nintendo 64, the first generation, you got a straightforward Mario world. Then you got, Super Mario Galaxies. And then you got, and then the every iteration of the games that came afterwards were just a giant improvement in building upon, that world. Well, that's what the theme park's doing. Their expansion, I think did they have the pad port yet? But if not, I can't imagine it won't be far away from now, because they're going to have to grow that space. It's not going to hold all the stuff they're going to be able to show off. And again, they know what they have, and I think Disney does too. And I think Disney really needs to work harder on developing original ideas, because a lot of their stuff is stagnant. This isn't stagnant. This is going to feel brand new.
Now, Ron, you've got the image here of Epic Universe availability. Let me bring this up from your computer real quick. Folks, take a look at this. Here's Epic Universe availability. Okay, this is from the Epic Universe website, universalorlando.com. Just so you can see what's going on, what popularity looks like based on what's happening with Mario and the excitement. This is March 2026, okay? sold out for the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. Mm-hmm. We do have some availability around MegaCon, at least after MegaCon. 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th is open. 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. So out of all of March, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days are available. Mm-hmm. And if we go to April, you can see that for April right now, all the way through the 10th is completely sold out. Mm-hmm. Wow. So that's what we're looking at, folks. If you're wanting to go to Epic, you're going to have to reserve for late April and May. And not all those days are available either.
Right.
That's where we are right now with how popular this IP is and what it's doing to the parks in which it is used and utilized. And that's why Disney, if they want to survive against Universal Studios, I mean it, they need more IPs to hit. They need it. And I'm sorry, but if you've got Lilo and Stitch out there rocking, what you did last year, and you don't have a Lilo and Stitch attraction, that's a problem. And if Moana 2 comes out and does okay, and the live action maybe also, and the best you have is a little splash pad in Epcot, a glorified splash pad, that's a problem. So there's a synergy that Universal is enjoying, and Disney needs to get on it fast. MJ, I'll give you the final word on all this.
No, I think you're absolutely right. Disney really needs to figure it out, because they could be really like ranking up the cranking the bank up, but they're not. People are like myself are probably enjoying the resorts, the ones that are still themed well than the parks and the movies because of all the nonsense. But it's a safe film to watch. It's going to be perfect for everybody. It speaks to all ages. Everyone can have a grand old time. And it's very nostalgic because I remember back in the days pre-COVID, you could actually have a day out with the family, have a nice dinner, go see a movie, and make it a thing. Like, it needs to be a thing again, because it wasn't a thing for a long time post-pandemic. And we really want these kind of movies so that we can enjoy our families and feel safe, letting our kids watch a good movie that is not going to have any weird stuff.
Absolutely. Ron, I said MJ would get the final word, but I think you've got something we need to hear as well. Go for it.
Yeah. So I want to just add this. Hoppers is, even if you did go see it, you don't need to see that on a big screen. Yeah, no. When my family and when I took my family to the Super Mario Brothers movie a few years ago, we went to a 4DX cinema. We paid premium price. We got an amazing experience. 4DX is 3D IMAX. The seats are moving. You're on, when you were on Mario Kart, I mean, you're moving, you're shaking, you're feeling it. It was, what an amazing experience. It was worth paying that money for that experience. And that's what's going to happen with this movie. That's why the box office is going to soar. And people will want kids. Kids are going to be like, oh my God, again. It's like going on a ride. The kids, when they see a movie like this, it's like going on a ride that they loved and they want to see it again and again. Yeah. They're going to beg their parents to take them more than once, 2, 3, 4 times. And then when you synergize that with the parks, when you have a Super Nintendo World, when you have the opportunity to meet Yoshi, and I don't know if you remember this, Brie Larson's playing one of the characters in this movie. She was actually at the opening of Epic Universe. Probably that's why, because her character is involved. And I just think that this is incredibly it's synergistic. It works on so many levels, and it hits every generation. Yeah. Mario has been beloved since 1980. This is huge. Unless Disney does anything like this, they don't stand a chance.
Right.
And here's the great thing about it, folks, and here's how you can know when we're talking about hoppers that we're the ones telling the truth, and the legacy going extinct dinosaur media is not. It takes no effort for us to just talk about this. It's easy. We don't have to play semantic games. We don't have to pretend a decade, means something else other than a decade. We don't have to use, forget about inflation and compare it to movies from the 1990s, when tickets cost 10%. We don't have to employ any of those tricks. And guess what else? You know it. You can feel it. We all know when something popular is here, and we can all sniff it out when it's something like Hoppers, where we're like, wait a minute, that beat Snow White by 5 million, and it had an extra day counted in the tally. Wait a minute. Mario is going to blow the doors off the theaters and save the cinemas for a season.
Yay.
Go, Mario, go.
Yes.
Mario #1. Woohoo!
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.